Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely fascinating, finding your true place, but specifically through the lens of philosopher Joseph Murphy. We're going to break down his really profound technique for discovering your life's true purpose. And you know what's incredible about his approach? It literally doesn't require you to go out and conquer the world or, search endlessly for external validation. Instead, it's all about utilizing a hidden internal power. It's a system you already possess, but you just might not know how to tap into it quite yet. Let's dive in.
So, do you ever get that feeling where you're just searching? Maybe you're looking for the right career, a specific passion, or just that overarching sense of purpose that finally clicks everything into place. Honestly, it's a super common human experience. It's that feeling of being just a little adrift, kind of like you're out at sea, knowing there is absolutely something more meant for you, but you just cannot see the shore. It can be so frustrating and frankly exhausting. Well, this is the exact feeling that Joseph Murphy's technique is designed to tackle. If you've ever felt this way, you are in exactly the right place today.
Now, here is Murphy's massive paradigm shift. When we feel lost, our very first instinct is usually to look out there somewhere for the answer, right? To read more books, ask more people, maybe look for signs in the outside world. But Murphy tells us to stop doing that. He says the answer isn't out there to be found at all. It is already inside you. He tells us to turn our attention completely inward, toward what he called our inner guidance system. It's a total pivot from external searching to internal discovery. Okay, so if the answer is inside us, where exactly are we looking? The absolutely crucial point here is understanding what Murphy meant by the subconscious. He didn't view it as some dusty old filing cabinet where you just shove your memories and past experiences. Not at all. He called it infinite intelligence. He believed our subconscious is like this deep, vast well of wisdom connected to universal knowledge. The core idea you need to take away here is that a part of you, right now, in this very moment, already knows exactly what you're good at. It already knows what you're passionate about, and it holds the exact path you're meant to walk. It's basically an untapped powerhouse. Think of the difference between your conscious and subconscious mind like night and day. On one hand, you have the conscious mind. This is the part of you that's stressing out, analyzing every little detail, constantly second-guessing every decision. It is so noisy. It's like trying to drive through a brand new, chaotic city using a giant, confusing, old-school paper map. You're pulling over, you're lost, you're frustrated. But then, look at the subconscious mind. This operates on a totally different level. It doesn't debate, it doesn't stress, it just knows. It's calm and operates from a place of quiet certainty. It is essentially Google Maps for your soul. The destination is already plugged in, and it calmly tells you when to turn with absolutely zero drama.
So knowing you have this incredible inner GPS is awesome, but how do you actually turn the thing on? How do we ask for directions? Well, tapping into this system requires a very specific approach through a kind of internal prayer or affirmation. But here's the catch. Murphy was incredibly specific about the vibe, the feeling behind this request. The way you ask is every bit as important as what you're asking for. It needs to be delivered positively, peacefully, and lovingly. You aren't barking orders into a machine. You need to communicate with this inner intelligence as if you're talking to a wise, trusted friend. It's not a demand, it's a gentle request. Something like saying, "Infinite intelligence knows my true place and is guiding me to it now."
Murphy hits the nail on the head with this beautiful metaphor. He says, your prayer is like a seed. We need to be crystal clear here. His technique is not about mechanically chanting words over and over again like some kind of robot. The words themselves are just seeds. Think about it. If you take the best, most potential-filled seed in the entire world and toss it onto the hard concrete of a noisy, doubtful, conscious mind, absolutely nothing is going to happen. The seed just sits there. Words alone are simply not enough to trigger that inner guidance system.
Right, so if the words are just the seed, then your faith and your confidence, that's the fertile soil. The real goal here is to completely bypass that noisy, doubtful, conscious mind we talked about earlier and impress your desire directly onto the subconscious. And what does the heavy lifting to make that actually happen? It's the feeling. It's the genuine conviction, the belief, and the calm confidence you bring to your internal request. That rich soil of belief is exactly what allows the instruction, the seed, to actually take root in your subconscious and eventually blossom into a real, tangible answer. All right, let's get super practical. Let's treat this like a game plan. How do we put all this theory into practice? Here are the simple, actionable steps you can literally start using today. Step 1, repeat your affirmation quietly to yourself. Use a clear, positive phrase like, "Infinite intelligence knows my true place and is guiding me to it now."
Step 2, consciously, intentionally add that feeling of faith and confidence. You have to really, truly believe an answer is already on its way to you. And Step 3, consistency. You need to make this a daily habit, specifically doing this routine right when you wake up and just before you fall asleep. These 3 steps are going to turn a simple phrase into a seriously powerful routine.
Now you might be wondering, why right when we wake up and right before we sleep? Well, because your conscious analytical mind is like a strict security guard. During the day, it's on high alert, fiercely blocking things from getting into the subconscious vault. But in those drowsy, super relaxed moments of the early morning or late night, that security guard is practically asleep at the desk. Its guard is completely down. So by doing your practice at these specific times, you create a clear, direct pathway right past the sleeping guard and straight into your subconscious, making it vastly more receptive to your gentle suggestions.
Okay, so you're doing the practice. What happens next? It's vital to know what you're actually looking for, because I gotta warn you, the answer probably won't show up in the way you'd expect. If you're waiting for a booming voice from the heavens or a giant neon sign, you are definitely going to miss it. The guidance is subtle. It often appears as just a simple, undeniable feeling. Think about making a choice. Does it bring a sense of inner peace, or do you immediately get a tight knot in your stomach? That's your internal compass. It can also appear as a sudden hunch, a flash of intuition, or even a completely illogical urge to take a specific step, like, say, calling an old friend out of the blue, or driving down a certain street. It's just a gentle pull nudging you forward.
And that brings us to the ultimate sign of clarity, which Murphy beautifully calls a silent, peaceful knowing. When the true answer from your inner guidance system finally arrives, it isn't loud, it isn't frantic, it's simply a calm, unforced certainty that settles deep inside of you. You just know what the next right step is. You don't feel the need to aggressively explain it to anyone. You don't even need to rationally justify it to yourself. The internal debate just stops. You're left with profound, quiet peace.
Let's bring it all together and recap the core takeaways from our explainer today. First off, remember that your subconscious already knows your true place. Your answer is not lost out there in the world somewhere. Second, that internal request, when delivered with genuine faith and confidence, is exactly how you tune in to your internal GPS. And finally, and maybe most importantly, clarity does not surface when you are stressed out and frantically searching. It surfaces only in moments of peace, quiet, and inner awareness. Stepping away from the noise isn't just a gentle suggestion, it's a requirement.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final, really powerful thought to reflect on. If you were to just get quiet for a second right now, if you were to put all the noise, the stress, and the second-guessing completely aside, what feeling, what hunch, or what silent knowing is your inner guidance system trying to share with you at this very moment? Because the answer is in there, you just have to listen.